Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today I have prepared two easy questions for you. And the first question is, how do bacteriophages differ from other viruses? Take a look at this picture. What we see here: HIV virus, hepatitis B virus, Ebola virus, adenovirus, influenza virus. All these viruses infect humans, and they're simple in structure, but most advanced, structurally advanced virus actually infects the most primitive organism of bacteria, and we call them bacteriophage. This is how easy to differ these viruses from all the rest viruses which infect eukaryotic organisms. So what else interesting, that the name bacteriophage actually means bacteria eater. Now let's move to the second question. In what ways do the life cycles of bacteriophages T4 and Lambda differ? In what aspects are they the same? Take a look. This is how bacteriophage T4 looks like, and here is how bacteriophage Lambda looks like. They look similar, but they do differ in the genetic composition. For example, T4 virus genome is 10 times bigger than Lambda genome. It has about 160 genes and considered to be one of the biggest viruses, bacteriophages, and this virus has between 12-14 genes. But this is not the only one thing that these two bacteriophages differ. Actually, T4 virus is obligate lytic virus. That means that when this virus infects the cell, it doesn't integrate in the genome of the bacteria and actually just reproduce itself in hundreds of copies, and that leads to lysis of the bacteria. So it bursts open, releasing viral particles, which we call virions, and this is life cycle of this virus. So this is obligate lytic virus. As for the Lambda virus, it can take two biological pathways. It also infects bacteria, and here is the circular bacteria genome. But actually what can happen, this virus can integrate in the genome of bacteria, and when bacteria would replicate, this virus also would replicate along with bacteria. So this is one pathway. So here's the genome of bacteria. I draw bacteria of the different size, but of course should be of the same size. And here is integrated genome of the virus. And also this virus can go into the lytic cycle when conditions would be unfavorable for bacteria. So bacteria would be under the stress, and in this case the pathway can change to lytic cycle. This cycle we call lysogenic cycle, and this cycle we call lytic cycle. Hundreds of virus particles would be produced, and bacteria would burst open, releasing virions. And this may happen, as I said, under the stress. It also may happen if bacteriophage Lambda would infect bacteria which are in favorable conditions. That means that this bacteria would be surrounded by many other bacteria. In this case, virus can take lytic cycle because conditions are favorable for reproduction and infection of other bacteria. But if conditions would be unfavorable for bacteria, for example, lack of food, and bacteria can be dormant or can replicate very slowly, then this bacteriophage would take lysogenic pathway and would reproduce and replicate along with replication of bacteria and its genome. Also, a lytic cycle can be induced, for example, if we radiate this bacteria with ultraviolet. Again, this virus from lysogenic cycle can go into lytic cycle. And one more important thing that I forgot to mention, that both these bacteriophages infect E. coli. So they're specific for this bacteria. Very different in the genetic composition, but as you see, very similar looking. One more time, T4 virus obligate lytic virus, and Lambda virus can take both lytic pathway and lysogenic pathway and can integrate its genome into the genome of the bacteria. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.